Hey guys, and welcome to episode 8 of Surg's Skyblock. I'm over here at my mob trap, and it seems that I had spawned some dryads from Ars Magica 2. Now these guys aren't aggressive, so I'll just let them hang out. And between last episode and this one, if you remember last episode, we had set up this automated way to get materials now. And I'm just going to throw some of this gravel in here to get a little bit more in the way of sand. And I've been going through quite a bit of materials, and while that's been doing that, I actually went and made a second platform right below our top one. And basically it just kind of mimics our top one, except for this little area where the water is. And it's about the same size. And it's all lit up so nothing will spawn down here too. And the reason that I went ahead and built this down here is because, you know, if I happen to, say, be building something up here and accidentally go through the floor, I don't want to fall to my death. That's number one. Number two, I'm going to need some way to get piping around and some of the stuff that we don't need on the main floor of our Skyblocks. So that'll really help us down there. Now, this episode, what I'd like to do is, you can see here I have quite a bit of materials now. I've been doing a little bit of work. I got a decent amount of iron, almost a full stack of redstone, a good couple of diamonds. And I think what I'd like to do is maybe think about a better power generation system. I mean, this works just fine, but I don't want to use up all my charcoal. You can see here I made quite a bit of charcoal because I've been tending to trees, and I find that when I don't need trees, it's just better to cut them down and leave them, because I have plenty of wood at this point. But you know, I don't want to keep on using up charcoal while I have to do it manually. So I was thinking about it. Well, we have all the materials, and I'm doing fairly decent on a lot of the metals and things like that. So why don't we look at a little bit better power system? And I have a good way to automate it. So the first thing that I'm going to want to do, let me see, is actually I want to go and pick this up. Oop. Looks like it went in my chest. So I'm going to need my igneous extruder. And I should probably take some of this charcoal out. Or, actually, that's why I set up this lever. Is so it won't... Oh, it was already in the right spot. The lever only affects the hopper, so that way it won't refill the steam dynamo. And what I'd like to do is grab a little bit of glass and a little bit of copper. And if I just go right here and go just like, I thought that was right. Let's go ahead and pull up thermal expansion here. I want to make a tank. Portable tank. Oh, it's the other way around. It's copper in the center. So copper in the center and a little bit of glass around it. There we go. So we'll get a small portable tank. Now what do I need to get a hardened portable tank? Just some Invar. Well, I already have a little bit of Invar. How much do I have? Just 3. So I would need a little bit more. So let's grab 2 pieces of iron and 1 piece of ferrous. And while I'm here, I might as well throw this stuff away. And let's go through this in our pulverizer here. I'm just going to turn this so that it doesn't output anywhere. So we'll get our pulverized iron, and then our pulverized ferrous. And like I said, even though I didn't use this invar before, I know I'm going to need it eventually, and right now is a good time to use it. So it'll take just a second. I just need one of them, and I'll let the other two cook up. So if we take our invar and the invar that we have here, we can make a hardened tank. Now if you notice, the portable tank only holds 8 buckets, this one holds 16. Now there's a couple other things that I want to make. I want to make some fluid ducts, so I'm going to need a little bit of copper and lead. Not too bad. And we'll just make, say, 2 sets for right now. So that'll go ahead and make our fluid ducts. We also want some item ducts, which is same thing but with tin, so tin and lead. So we get 2 more pieces of lead, and we'll just do 2 pieces of tin. There we go. So we have item ducts and fluid ducts. I'm also going to need a few pneumatic servos. So let's go ahead and we'll say, I don't know, we'll make 4 of them. And then we're going to need a little bit of redstone. Is that not right? Pneumatic servo. Oh, I guess I have it backwards. There we go. So a couple of pneumatic servos. Now the first thing that I want to do is I actually want to take away this block here. And I'm going to put my portable tank. And if I take my fluid ducts, because in here I have a little bit of lava, if I take my fluid duct, I should be able to put it right on there and go ahead and wrench it. And I probably need to install a pneumatic servo. And just tell it to ignore the redstone signal. So there we go. So we're getting all of that lava out of our crucible, and it should end up right in here. Why is there still a little bit in there? It should all come out. Maybe we can try... Let's try doing it this way. Let's try doing it on the bottom. Now I can't connect to the side of this tank, so I'm going to have to pick this up and pick up my tank. Just move my tank out a little bit so that way I can run the fluid ducts. And whoops. Not what I wanted to do. Just go ahead and disconnect that, or tell that to pump out. And servo. Nope. Huh. Okay, well that works. We at least have over a bucket. So let's go ahead and just grab all of this stuff. And I do want to pick up my crucible. Now I wouldn't mind making a couple more crucibles, but I am going to need some more clay, and that shouldn't be too hard. All I need is some dust. So let's just grab a couple pieces of cobble and throw it in our pulverizer here, which is slowly running out of power, but don't worry, we have a way to fix that. And we'll get our sand. And then we'll get our dust. There we go. And I'm just going to put all this stuff in my hotbar here. So I'm going to need a little bit of water. Run over here to my barrel, fill it with water, and throw some dust in. And I get my clay, and I'll just go ahead and do that again. So now, and I actually think I should be able to pulverize this clay down into actual clay balls, I believe. Oh, maybe not. That's okay, we can go ahead and just drop it down and break it. I don't believe I need a shovel. Nope. And let's get a little bit of bone meal. Now this I can pulverize down. I do want to pulverize my bones just because it'll help me get more bone meal out of the few bones that I do have. See, instead of 3, I get 6. And just because, let's go ahead and do 2 more dust. And while that's doing that, we'll go ahead and get 7 porcelain. And then I'll do 2 more here. So I'm going to need, looks like at least 1 more bone. So let's go grab 1 more bone. Because I'm going to want 3 crucibles if I can. And 1 more bone. And in the meantime, we'll just grab 1 more thing of water. Sand and dust. I have a, yeah. Unfired crucible. We'll go ahead and throw that in here. Get that cooking up. And grab my dust. And I might need to just flip this lever just a minute to give it, you know, 1-2 pieces of charcoal. Yeah, that should be good. Helps me regulate the power a little bit better. Now, once we get all of this taken care of here, then we shouldn't have to worry about the power. And I have my dust. Okay, and I don't need the invar. So clay, clay. And we do the rest of it into porcelain. And 1 more unfired crucible. And let me go ahead and put some of this stuff away. Like the invar, and the clay, and the bone meal. Oh, I totally forgot I have a whole bunch of bone meal. Oh well. And we'll just go ahead and just throw the rest of this stuff that we don't need. So I'm going to need my igneous extruder. And I am going to need 1 more bucket of water for that. And let's grab our crucible and go ahead and run downstairs here. Now, to start, I'm going to, I kind of want, let's see. I was playing around in a test world. And I think I want my power along this wall here, so it means I'll probably want my power generation here. Okay, well, let's just do it right here. So to start, we'll just do a igneous extruder. We'll go ahead and throw that. Actually, I wouldn't mind putting a brick down first. I wonder if I have any extras. I do. Okay, let's take those with us. And just in case, we'll take a little bit of regular stone. So we'll throw this down right here with our igneous extruder. I'll go ahead and throw my water in my igneous extruder. And then from there, I want to go ahead and dig this out here. And I kind of want another bucket of water. So let's go ahead and hop down here. Go ahead and pick that up. And we should be able to just go right along here. And that's why I brought a little bit more stone. And what I want is I want to put down my hardened portable tank. And this water can go back upstairs for right now. I just needed the water for scaffolding. So we're through one bucket of lava right here. And now what we can do is throw our 3 crucibles here, here, and here. And that one bucket of lava is going to be a heat source for all 3 crucibles. And we want item ducts to go, we'll just change this for this side to be an output, and we'll put item ducts just like this, right into the tops. We'll go ahead and wrench this here. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm looking at it, I think I want it along that side. Let me go ahead and just move this right over here, and I'll be right back. Okay, that looks much better. And what I actually did was I just extended this. So, and I actually wouldn't mind extending it this way too. I'm probably going to lose that one. And that way we have a little trench here. There we go. And the way that I want to run this here is, let's go ahead and go right out here. And I want to do my fluid ducts right across the back. Now I am going to need pneumatic servos in all of these. And let's just leave our fluid ducts down here. And we need to just disable the redstone signal. Tell it to ignore. And we'll go ahead and pump out. And then from here, I actually want to come right out like so. Now the reason that I'm doing that is because I want to cover this back up. And one right here. And that's because I want my portable tank to go... Let me just put a fluid duct right here. I want my portable tank to go right here. So you can kind of see how it's becoming a little bit compact in a row. Right, so now all I need to do is get a little bit more water and lava. Unfortunately, this doesn't have a full bucket. So, and then what I'd like to do is just go ahead and run these fluid ducts along the bottom. So what we can do to make a little bit of lava in the meantime is just go ahead and throw some cobblestone here into these crucibles. And because of the way that I have it set up, see how this hardened tank is starting to fill up? It's all 3 of these are slowly going to trickle into this hardened tank. And then once I have one bucket, I can just go ahead and put it right here in the igneous extruder. And I'll go ahead and wrench it so that's output. And what this igneous extruder will do is constantly keep these full and fill up my hardened tank. So let's go grab, we'll just grab this thing of water right here. Throw that in our igneous extruder, and as soon as we have a bucket, almost, and come on. It's 1,000 millibuckets is one bucket. There we go. So 1 full bucket. So now we can look here. It's going to constantly try to put cobblestone into there. See, there it goes. Into these crucibles. Pretty sweet. So now we basically have an infinite lava generation. And it's all automated. And there you can see it's back stuff now. So it'll continue to make cobble. It's going to make more cobble than these crucibles can handle. So, I mean, it's a slow generation. If we need more, we can always do more crucibles. You know, I can always extend this line, say, 2 more, and put our tank right here on the corner. And then what I'd like to do is I'd like to put engines down here. So let's go look at what we need to make those. And they should be right here. I want to make magmatic dynamos, so I'm going to need a whole bunch of invar. And yeah, so silver and redstone. So let me go ahead and pulverize up a whole bunch of the ferrous. And we'll probably need, say, 10. And we'll do 20 iron. So let me go ahead and pulverize up a whole bunch, and we'll come right back when we're ready to put our engines together. Okay, so now I have a whole bunch of invar, and we should be able to go ahead and make a couple magmatic dynamos. And I was thinking I'll start with, let's start with 2. So I'm going to need a couple of invar gears, which is invar surrounded by, or iron surrounded by invar. So I'm going to need 4 of those. And we'll just go ahead and go like that. So there's our 4 invar gears. And then I'm going to need 2 of these silver transmission coils. Those with our invar gears. Let's see what else we need. Just some oh, it's the other way. Some redstone here, and some more invar. And there we go. We have 2 magmatic dynamos. Now, since I'm putting them below where I plan on putting my machines, I'm going to need some kind of transport. So I'm going to need some energy conduit. Now, the reason that I made some extra invar is because if I make leadstone energy conduit, it only transfers 80 RF. And these magmatic dynamos create 80 apiece. So I really need hardened energy conduit. And that requires more invar to make. So first we're going to have to make our leadstone energy conduit. It's lead, a little bit of glass, and some redstone. So let's go ahead and get, well, let's say 2 sets. So 2 pieces of glass and a little bit of lead. And that'll get us 2 sets of the leadstone energy conduit. And we can go ahead and put those down. I believe it was just like that. Let's see. Yeah, and then some redstone and some invar. And that'll go ahead and upgrade them to hardened. Now I am kind of getting a little bit low on redstone, but that's okay. I can go ahead and make some more. That's why I have some gravel sitting here, ready to get pulverized down into sand and then sand into dust. And down here, what I think I'll do is, for right now, I'll just go ahead and put these right here. Those will go ahead and get working. And then I can connect up these here. And let's see, where is my pulverizer? Right there. So let's go ahead and hook that right up into my pulverizer. And I have room so that I can go ahead and put more fluid ducts here, and then go ahead and put more magmatic dynamos. And you can see here, obviously I just put a whole bunch of lava into these dynamos, but you can see here that I do have a good bit saved up already. I mean, it went and put 4 buckets in each one of these, and I still have 4 buckets in there. So, and from the looks of it, even though these are generating power, I'm still able to increase my lava here. So now, because of that, we can go ahead and take this away. I'm going to drop it in there. And we should be able to just go ahead and pick up our steam dynamo and pick up everything else. Oh. And there we go. So we have plenty of room for me to put more machines. I'll go ahead and clean this up off camera. And now this will continue to run without me having to worry about it. So between this episode and next, what I'll probably do is just go ahead and create a few more fluid ducts down here, maybe one more magmatic dynamo. And then next episode, maybe we can get a little bit more in the way of the thermal expansion machines. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this was a little bit longer of an episode. I figured, you know what, there's a lot to do. And with that, I will see you guys later.